Well, hello, electronics geeks, retro computing nerds. Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. And I have a new acquisition. I keep talking about how I don't have time to work with my retro computing gear, unfortunately, because my job is just keeping me so darn busy right now. But one of the advantages of working so hard and so many hours that I'm doing is I have lots of free money that I can spend on stuff, even if I don't have time to work on it right now. In the future, maybe when I'm retired, I can work on it. But I think I have a cool new acquisition here that you might be interested in. And I got this fairly inexpensively because if these are in good shape and they come up for sale on like eBay or something, they want an absolute mint for them. But this one, I got pretty inexpensively, and I think it's just because it's so dirty. It's been sitting out and gotten dusty. But I can clean that up. So what do we have here, huh? Well, it came with a lot of literature. This is MC68000 Educational Computer Board with a user's manual. I have wanted one of these for a long time. You know, most of my retro computers, until I, get up into like the PC stuff, 286, 386, 486. They're all 8-bit computers except for those. I don't have a lot in the 16-bit range. This is a Motorola 68000 based computer right here. This is, like it says, it's an educational computer that was put out by Motorola back when the 68000 was a fairly new thing. It's pretty much a reference design. I've talked about reference designs before in my videos. When a company would come out with a new chip, they would come out with a reference design for it so engineers could learn how to use the chip, how to program it. And this was pretty much what that was. This was to educate computer engineers with how to use the 68000. So it's very dusty and dirty. I'm going to have to clean it up and see if I can get it working. I suspect that, it's either going to work just fine or I'll be able to figure out what's wrong with it and fix it. Because there's really not that much to it. Somebody has done some wire wrapping on the back. They've added some stuff to it. What have we got here? We've got an MC68230P8 over here. Same as what we've got over here. So these are parallel interface and timer chips. So somebody's added a second parallel interface and a little bit of glue logic down here. We've got some EEPROMs. We've got some 6850Ps. These are UARTs. So we've got two serial channels here. And we've got a whole bunch of, it's hard to read the numbers, but these are MCM4116. These are 16K by 1 dynamic RAM chips. So we've got 32K bytes or 16K words of RAM over here. And then, of course, we've got up here, we've got a 1.8432 megahertz crystal, which is going to be the time base for the two serial ports. We've got an 8 megahertz crystal oscillator down here, which is going to be the time base for the processor. We've got a lot of glue logic, and we've got a lot of interface options here. And we've got over here, looks like we got some places to put on headers. And this has something plugged in it. I haven't even really looked at that. No, it's not plugged in, it's soldered in. Okay, so this has something soldered in it, some sort of header there. Yeah, I need to clean this up and see if it works. This side of the board is beautiful. It's clearly it was sitting somewhere exposed like this, but it doesn't look like it ever got wet which is good, because sometimes I'll get a board and I can tell it's been outside in the rain, which is always bad. But this, I think, was indoors, just in a very dusty environment. Component side up, solder side down. And I think if I just clean the dust off of it, and hopefully it will work. That's what I'm hoping. I have the manual, of course, so if it doesn't work, I can troubleshoot it. And if it does work, I can figure out how to hook a terminal up to it and talk to it. So there should also be schematics, I think, in here. Yes. I think we have schematics, parts lists, board layout. If I can... There we go. There's a board layout. And then what is this? This is one page of schematic. And then we've got another page of schematics. We should have full schematics for it too, which if I have to troubleshoot it will come in handy. So that's great. There might be some troubleshooting info in here too. Well, that's interesting. Huh. Notes. Huh. All right. Oh, and then here's, what is this I just saw? I just got this in the mail today. I haven't really even had a chance to look through the manual. Oh, here's where we're soldering the headers in for expansion. 50-pin wrap tail right angle header for expansion. All right. So, yeah. It's all kinds of good, useful information here. And it didn't just come with the manual. It also came with this book, 68,000 Microcomputer Experiments, using the Motorola Educational Computer Board. So that's great. And it came with this book, which is basically all about the processor. So I think I got a good deal on these. There are a couple other ones of these for sale on eBay. Okay? When they come up, they usually go for a lot of money. They're very sought after, these particular educational computers. There's a couple other ones on there I saw in pristine, beautiful, clean condition, and they want an absolute mint for them. But this one, being as it's a little bit dirty, nobody was interested in. I'll tell you a little secret about eBay. If you see something you kind of like, but the price is a little more than you want to pay for it, and the seller doesn't have a make offer option, if they do have a make offer option, offer what you think you're willing to pay for it. Sometimes they'll take it, okay? If they don't have the make offer option, just put it on your favorites list and wait. And what eBay does is it nags sellers to offer deals to people who have either looked at something or put it in their, favorites list. And sure enough, a couple of days after I put this on my favorites list, the seller offered me a deal. And I took it. So now I've got something I've always wanted. I just got to clean it up and get it running, which I think will be subject for future videos. Someday, when I have the time to work with it. But I can probably find the time to clean it up here in the next couple of days, get it nice and clean and looking good. Maybe take a pink pearl eraser to the edge card connectors and get them polished up. Maybe purchase a few mating edge card connectors to make connecting to the ports a little bit easier. And yeah, we'll try and get this thing up and running again. So subscribe to see that future video. Hopefully not too far in the future. You can take a little time off work maybe and play around with this stuff. But yeah, subscribe. And if you guys found this video about the Motorola educational computer interesting, educational, informative, inspirational, whatever, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in future videos. Thanks for watching this one. Bye.